Hey everybody, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. Hey everybody, I'm sorry I missed last week, but I was completely exhausted. I'm sorry. I was so tired that I just couldn't do it. So I need to give you guys a heads up about the internet. It is not cooperating tonight. So we might have a little technical difficulties tonight because I don't know why, but the internet is just not going to let me be great. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to confess that. So I just want to give you a heads up. We might have some technical difficulties. But again, I was apologizing for last week. I'm sorry I was not here last week to present the information to you guys. But I'm here this week. So we're going to pick up where we left off. Okay. So welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. My name is Kiki. I am the host of this show. And that's merely what I am, the host. I am the person who just presents the information, this community. These are the people who really run this show. These are the people who really decide what we're going to talk about. These are the people who decide what this channel is really going to be about. And that is you all. You all make those decisions. So acting right. The Wi-Fi is just not acting right. Okay. I don't know what's wrong. It's just not being my friend. So we might have a little technical difficulties tonight. So you all make this show what it is. So tonight we're going to talk about something that I thought was interesting. I had been, well, we know, you guys know on this show, we've been talking about what's going on in the Gambia. We've been talking about that, the security issues, everything. We've been front and center on those issues since they've been occurring. Okay. So it's nobody else was talking about those issues, but we were talking about what was going on in the Gambia with the expat community way before it even became mainstream. But we're happy that it is mainstream now. We're happy that the media is picking up the stories. We're happy that they are talking about the issues. So, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to back up and I'm going to give you a little update, okay? Because some people may have just joined us now and how they share and how they're now they're now opening up and sharing their horrific experiences that they've been having in the Gambia. Okay. And not only are they sharing these experiences now, the media is now talking about those experiences. Okay. They're sharing those experiences. So, again, I don't know what's wrong with the internet, but it's just acting ugly. So I'm just hoping and praying it's nice so we can get our information out for tonight. So I got this information tonight from primary sources, which was the news. The news, I think it's called Care Fatu Network. They did a story on what we talked about. Isn't that interesting? Remember, we talked about the meeting that COAD was having. I think that's how you pronounce it, COAD. They might not pronounce it like that, COAD. Remember, they were having a meeting, the coalition. Let me pull that up. But before we do that, let's go back and do, I'm getting ahead of myself. I told you who I was. Let me go back and do the, what is that? The fair use before we get started, okay? Hold on one second. Let's get that pulled up and then we can start. Okay, here it is. All right, it says, fair use disclaimer. The content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content not authorized for use by the owner. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Copyright material used on this channel falls under the Fair Use Section 107 of Copyright Act in 1976, which states copyrighted material can be used for education, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is the explicit goal of this channel. We're also going to talk about a disclaimer about views expressed on this channel. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on Kiki Loves Nigeria belong solely to the author and not necessarily to the community, the host, or the channel. All right? So now that we've gotten that out the way, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and get your comments. All right? Let's get your comments up here. Then we're going to go look at some more things. Let's see. London Lady says, good evening. Kiki Loves Nigeria and chat from the UK. Hey, London Lady. And she's saying she hopes everybody's well. And has anyone from the expat community set up a security company? Well, remember the Happy Companion was trying to set up something like that with ex-military people who were coming there. They were trying to set up some type of security, like ex-U.S. military people coming to the Gambia and organizing, and I think they were supposed to be armed or something. So I don't know how far they got with that, but I know they were talking about that, the Happy Companion and some friends, but I doubt if it's working now because the Happy Companion is not even talking about being in Gambia anymore. He's ready to leave, so he's probably not doing that. And as for anyone else doing that I know of, no. The way that I remember John, Big John from Fulfillment of Our Soul, the way they did security where he lived is they kind of just looked out for each other. Like the people in the community, they kind of did what they watched. They would watch for each other. They would look out. And if somebody needed help or somebody was getting robbed, they would all, they would make a call. excuse me. They would just like kind of sound the alarm. And then everybody would come running. John, he was telling me about one night when he had his machete, when they were having all those break-ins out at Dalaba Estates. And he was there one night because that's where he lived. It was in Dalaba Estates. And they came, they had called someone. And everyone, they had called for all the men to come out, and all the men came out, and they all had their machetes, and they all had the little guy. He said it was a little young guy. But that's the only security that I know of, other than I'm sure they have some type of security companies there, but run by repats or looking out for repats. No, I don't know. Not that I know of. Hey, Tracy, how are you doing today? So I don't know. Hey, Nana, how you doing? Hey, African Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Count. Hey, Brown Eyes, how you doing today? Edra. Hey, Edra, how are you? Let's see what Edra's saying. She says, not only were they not talking about it, they accused you. Thank you. They not only was thank you. And thank you. Accused. Remember the internet, y'all, it's not work. It's giving me some difficulties. But she's right. They accused me of exaggerating about it, of lying about it, of trying to stop people from going to the Gambia. And I'm like, what? Why would I be doing that when I go to the Gambia? That didn't make sense. No. I wanted you to be safe. That was my whole goal. That is my whole goal, to educate you on how to be safe. And how do you do that? You tell the people the truth about what's going on so people can protect themselves. And we've been doing that on this channel for I don't know how long, before it was popular. Because now it's popular. Now everybody, another repat died in the Gambia. And they get the story like a week after we reported it, like it's brand new news. It is to them, though. but it's not to us because we really are connected with the people. We really are. We're connected with the people. We're connected with the people on the ground. That's how you think we know. How do you think we know before mainstream? How do you think we know before most people know? That's how we know. Because we're connected with the people and the people believe in what we're doing. They believe in what we're doing. Now, believe in what we're doing. That's why we're getting this information before everybody else gets it. Because they know that we'll make sure the information gets out. Oh, yeah, he's in the video. Did you sing? Yeah, he's. I'm waiting for the Wi-Fi. I think he's in. Ain't he in that video? I think he's in that video, y'all. I thought that was him. Hey, good morning, DJT. London lady. I think he's in the video at the meeting, y'all. I thought he was gone, but it looked like he is not gone. Looks like he is still in Gambia. That's interesting, isn't it? Hey, Mr. Johnson. That's really interesting. Fiona, she's laughing at what you said, Fiona. Okay, let's. Hey, African Goddess, how you doing, lady? African Goddess says it is really important for people not to travel to Africa on some fantasy and put themselves at risk. And that's a lot of times what they're doing. Running when you hear them talking about they're running away from something and all of that, that's usually a fantasy, okay? Because what you're really running away from is yourself. And you can never run away from yourself. You can't run away from yourself and you can't hide from yourself. So the issues that you have here are going to be the same issues that you have when you're in Africa. Like, I can't stand being hot here. I can't stand being hot in Africa. Like, I have to have a hot shower here. I have to have a hot shower in Africa twice a day. I have to have that. That's what I want. So I'm not going to say to myself, oh, I'm just going to change automatically when I get there. No, you're not. You're not. That's who you are. And people can't change who they are that easily. It's difficult to change. Extremely difficult. Our bag has been quiet as a mouse on the let me tell you, because y'all, I told y'all, Black Acres of the Gambia, those trailers they have out there, and this latest video, I believe it was the the one before this last video, I believe. They tell you they're selling you rental space. So now they've stopped with that whole community garden. They've stopped with that whole we're building a community for African American. They've stopped with all that. That they ain't even pushing that lie. They pushing it a little bit, but now what they're really pushing is that those people who are coming, they want you to continue to come. But the people who are coming, they're sending their trailers and they don't have anybody to go get the trailer and they don't have any place to put the trailer, okay? So Black Acres is fulfilling a need. They're like, okay, we see there's a need. We can charge these people to rent these trailers, to rent space for their trailers. So of course they're not going to talk about this. They probably didn't even go to the meeting. They probably don't even participate. And it's no telling how many times they've been a victim of a crime. They want us to believe that everyone has been a victim of a crime. And they did tell us before they moved out to the new house that they were victims of crime. I did take that back. They did tell us that. But at this new house, I just find it hard to believe that they feel 100% safe and they haven't had any security issues out there. Not when those people are right over in that water fishing and doing whatever they want to do. So of course they're going to be quiet on the subject because they don't want us to not come. Because if we don't come, guess what we're not going to do? We're not going to send those trailers. And if we don't send the trailers, guess what? They're not going to make any money off their new project. So they have to have us coming. They have to have us coming. All those people you see who continue up this romanticized view that everything is lovely, that everything is fun, that everything is, it's all worth investing every dime you have into something you'll never ever own. Never ever own. And a new administration can come in tomorrow and just kick you straight out because you don't own it. Remember what I told you last week. The embassy can only protect you if you own that property. We don't own those properties. So when it's time to go, when they say it's time to go, it's time to go. Just like those one people in Ghana. Remember the one people in Ghana they were really upset about because they had been there so long, and the Ghanaian government said they didn't pay the tax money. Okay. They didn't pay, or turn it down. They didn't pay that tax money. Y'all remember that? When they didn't pay the tax money and they went over there and they took that land. You remember that? That's why. That's why. They didn't care about any of that. They didn't care about how long you had been there. And then they said they weren't doing what they said they were going to do. I told y'all, remember, I had a job doing that. When I worked for local government, I had a job doing that. That's what I did. I went around and I declared properties eminent domain. That's what you do in economic development when you want to free up space, gentrification. That's what that is. I want to get rid of all these old houses, this old people who've been here for a long time, these people who don't have any money, and I want to bring in new people. I want to bring in middle class people. I want to bring in upper middle class people. I want to regentrify the neighborhood. I want to bring it back to life with an influx of money. That's what the same thing. That is the same thing. And that's what you have to understand. They need you. That's why they're not. They need us. All of them. They need us to. The house and farm lady, yes, she does too. She does too. Because guess what? When these passport grannies stop believing that they can be passports and get 20-something-year-olds too, when they stop doing that, when they stop promoting that lie and tell how they're really being treated, guess what? Who's going to give them money? Who's going to go to their channel? Who's going to watch them? Who's going to go and do some type of business? They're even like selling consult. This woman is even consulting the other woman, Super Shorty's grandmother. She's even like they're helping people buy land and stuff. That's crazy to me. You don't even own that land, and you are not even telling the truth. Super Shorty's grandmother is not even telling people the truth. That this is rental property, babe. You're not gonna own this. You, your son, your mama, your daughter, nobody in your family will own this. You won't even own this. You're going to invest everything you have in somebody else's country, and then you're not going to even be safe there on top of that. And the very thing you're running from is the thing. And look what you're running to. Look what you're running to. So no, they're not going to say anything because that's going to affect their bottom line. Black Acres and all those people like them. Black Acres, Super Shorty's grandmother, DYI House and Farm Lady, they all have an agenda. The agenda is to get you to come there, to get you to invest in them, because somehow you're going to invest in them. You better believe it. You better believe it. You're going to do some consulting. You're going to pay them for something. You're going to pay them for taking you here, there, and everywhere. You're going to pay them for talking to you. Somehow they're going to get some money out of you. So that's why they got to keep this going on. It's a business, y'all. It's a business. That's where you got to remember. Kiki Palmer, what it do? What's up with you, Charlie? What's up with you, Charlie? No, Kiki, the issues someone else has in their home country will she's right. They do. They do. Because, honey, she's right. Because when I get hot over there, it's bad. It's bad. It is bad. See, because I know I can cool off over here. I can go get in my car. I can go inside the school. I can go in my house. I'm not going to be hot for long. But over there, it ain't no telling. It ain't no telling when them lights go out, how long they're going to be out, and how long you're not going to have any cool air. And she's so right. Because I have to go and be by myself. I got to put myself in timeout, okay? I'm serious. I'm serious. Because my whole mood changes. When I get hungry and hot, oh, no. That's a bad combination. Hungry and hot is a bad combination for me. So I put myself in timeout. Yeah, and she's right. Because all that gets magnified. All of it. Because there's no calling DP, well, we call it DP&L here. There's no calling the electric company. There's no calling your electric company. Who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? You're not going to get any estimated time of when they're going to come out and fix things. That's not happening. That's not happening. So she's right. She's right. She's absolutely right. Okay, and Charlie says, a Kiki Shepherd. Who was Kiki Shepherd, y'all? Who was that? I don't know who she is. Who was Kiki Shepherd, y'all? Y'all know who that is? Beautiful. Who is Kiki Shepherd? I don't know who she is. Who? Somebody named Kiki Shepherd. I don't know who she is either. Anyone getting to get a 20-something-year-old, going to get a 20-something-year-old at any age is crazy. I will be so low dollar. Honey. But the passport grannies promote, and there are people who watch them who are promoting them, like encouraging the foolishness. And I'm sitting here reading the comments, and I'm like, wow, these people are crazy. Y'all promoting this woman, stroking her ego instead of telling her the truth, instead of telling her the rough, raw truth. Lady, you need to go back home. It ain't nothing wrong with visiting Africa, but you need to go someplace where you can get a bed and lay down and sleep comfortably every night. But what do people do with their foolishness? People will continue because they want to see the train wreck. They're watching her to see what's his name? Super Shorty's grandmother's train wreck. And that's so sad. That's so sad that people are just thirsty to see this train wreck because they know it's coming. We know it's coming. We know the train wreck is coming. We know. We can tell. We see the signs. Still in this, still in that, complaining about this, complaining about that. We see the signs that the train wreck is coming. But instead of her, these grandmas seeing the signs, what they do, they come on YouTube and promote y'all, tell y'all, oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah, I got these little issues, but it's wonderful. But what about the little issue that you sold everything you had in the United States and you're spending everything you got in another country? Y'all need to understand that's what you're going to do when you get there. And you're going to come back here with nothing. What happened to all them people on YouTube, y'all? Remember all them people we used to watch in the Gambia on YouTube? What happened to all of them? You think they're still over there and just not talking? No. A lot of them are gone. A lot of them are back here, starting over. Because a lot of them sold everything they had. Everything they had. Because they believed that Black Acres lie. They believed it and they sold everything. And now they got to come back, live with their grown adult kids. And who in the world want to do that? Who want to go live with their kids? Start over, get you some kind of job, any kind of job, because you're not going to get a job like you had before you retire, making that type of money. No, you're going to be making some type of change. And that's what these people are doing, because a lot of them took their retirement, y'all. They cashed it out. Now they have nothing. Nothing. And this is the reality. This is the reality. That woman is sick. Shorty's grandma is sick. She told us she got arthritis in her back and her knees. And she don't even sleep on a bed. She sleep with a mattress on the floor. And she wants y'all to think that's okay. She's telling y'all that's okay, y'all. Y'all don't see this? No, some people don't. Some people don't. Because there's still people going. There's still people going. There's still people riding on that train. But what did the Wicked Witch of the West tell us? What did she tell us? Remember, she said they put a spell on those people, that anybody who was interested in Ghana or interested in this, doing this repat stuff, this expat stuff, they put a spell on them. Remember? So you would give them everything you got. Remember that? It came out of her own mouth. That we were all under this spell. And that's why you see them giving. That's why you see Super Shorty's grandma spending everything she got on something she will never own. She sold what she owned to invest in something she will never own. How does that even make sense? It doesn't. And then you promote what the sickness is, though. If that's what you want to do, cool, fine. But the sickness is you promote this lie to other women. To other lonely women who think they can go to Gambia. Well, they can. They can go to Gambia, Ghana. They can go buy them a Super Shorty too. They can go be somebody's grandmother too. But you tell them how you get treated as a grandmother. See, she's so dumb. She don't realize they keep stopping that boy, Super Shorty, because they think he's a Yahoo boy. Because he's with you. He's with you. He's with his grandmother. And they know if he with his grandmother, this got to be a scam. Ain't no young boy gonna be with her. He with her all the time. That's his wife, his woman. Oh, this is a scam. That's why he getting stopped all the time. And the dress. She don't know that either. She don't know that either. But these are the people who continue to encourage women who are the most vulnerable. Well, we can't even say that no more after Mr. Dominique and Andre Hamza. Remember Hamza, y'all? Well, I don't know what happened to him, but he did have an autopsy. I can tell y'all that. He did have an autopsy, but I don't know what happened. But remember Hamza? What he was going through? Remember that? So yeah, you cannot go to these type of places and be alone. You cannot go and think you're going to go over there and it's going to be Las Vegas. It may look like Las Vegas. It may present like Las Vegas. Oh, but you know what? I take that back. Because the things that happen in Gambia and Ghana, those things happen in Las Vegas also. Yeah. But they're not getting, grandmas ain't getting 20-year-olds in the U.S. like that. No, they ain't doing that. They ain't doing that. That is not happening. The bad family needs you back, Kiki, especially Sugar Daddy Rick's wife. Is that sweet? Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to go talk about them. I miss them too, honey. I'm coming back. I just been so busy. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Okay, some people have wrote me. 2 people wrote me about 2 really good stories, and I want to tell you, I'm going to do those stories, both of them, but just give me some time, okay? Probably not this week, but the week of Thanksgiving, because that's break for me. When I talk about things that, like new people, I have to like really research them. And these 2 topics that I'm talking about, I'm not familiar with them. So I really have to research them. Okay. So I stopped and I'm going to respond to your email. I know you're like, Dad, she hasn't responded. But oh yeah, when I get home from work, I don't get home sometimes till 6 o'clock. Because remember, I teach dance after school. So some days are 12-hour days and I'm just exhausted. Like last week, I had parent teacher conference. I had a basketball game. Some of my little boys in school, they're playing basketball. I wanted to go see them play. And then I had teacher conferences. So I was really exhausted. Okay. So sometimes I'll get like that. So I apologize now, but I'm getting to you. Okay. So please don't think I'm ignoring it. Black lives count. That common sense goes out the window when it comes to desperate. Yes. Yes. They don't think. And people over there are encouraging them not to think. You know, the grandmas are encouraging them not to think. The grandmas are encouraging them, oh, you can build this beautiful home with everything that you have. Yeah, it's going to cost you everything that you have. And guess what? You and nobody will ever own that. That's the part you need to emphasize on. And then if you want to go, then that's on you. Then you go and you do that. Okay, then you do that and you have you a little vacation home, because that's all it's going to be, because you don't know how long you're going to have that home. You don't know if you're going to live there the 21 years. And in Ghana, I think it can go up to 99 years. None of them, I haven't seen one yet to say how many years it is. They keep saying it's 99, but I don't believe everybody has a 99-year lease. I don't believe that for 1 second. I really don't. Why is she not buying a bed? She has got money for outings, because she says she doesn't want to buy any furniture for that house, because she's going to invest everything into the house she's building. So she doesn't, that's how you know she doesn't care about herself. She doesn't love herself. Because when I love me, I'm going to make sure I'm comfortable. I'm going to make sure I get the rest that I need. I'm going to make sure that I am taken care of. You see what I'm saying? That woman had plastic furniture like you do. I mean, 20-year-olds don't even do that no more. But, you know, like Africans. But Africans have more furniture than that. And that's the poor Africans, not the ones I know. So, yeah, she don't have a bed because she don't want a bed. She want to spend the money on everything else but a bed. Doctor told me you're not dead till you're, honey, and that's right. Well, there is a will, there's a way. And that is so, so true. That is so true. You're not dead till you're dead. And you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. And that's true. And nobody's saying that you're dead. But don't you want to live comfortably? Don't you want to have a place to put your head, to lay your head at night? Don't you want that? A safe, secure place, especially when you're older? Don't you want that? Remember we talked about the man from Ghana who got hacked up. Mr. Middleton, was that his name, y'all? Middleton. Got hacked up in his bathtub. They didn't take nothing. They cut this man to pieces with a machete. With a machete. This man was 75 years old. 75 years old. There's no way this man should be 75 years old and passing away like that. But why aren't they telling us that? Why aren't they telling us that? Come retire. Yeah, come retire, but you better be careful. You better be careful. Why aren't you telling us that? And when we say it, oh, we're lying. Y'all don't know. Oh, y'all know. The people who've been here, who've been through it with me. How much I was called a liar. How much I was called I don't everything but a child of God, honey. Remember the people calling my job? Trying to get me fired from my job? Remember that? Remember calling the state? Remember that? And saying what? Saying what? What could they possibly say I was doing that was illegal? What? Telling the truth on what was going on over there? Telling the truth on what you people do? Exposing your lies? That's a service. That's called a public service. And that's what I am, a public servant. So I do this for practically free, to give back to my community, because I don't want anyone from anywhere to go to any African country and get hurt because of ignorance. Because they are ignorant to what goes on over there, because they believe what these fools say on YouTube. So you're right. I don't want anybody to be dead until they're dead. You're absolutely right. Discovered a new YouTube channel this week about a UK mom and her adult son who moved to Gambia. I'm taking over a beach bar, which they are. Okay, send me the name so I can watch it. They're opening this month. I will be interested. Okay, send me that, London lady. Because it's so hard watching Kenzie Babe. Oh my God. It's so hard watching Super Shorty and his grandma. Well, I'm sure she... Miss Lizzie Lee. Now, if you were Super Shorty's grandma, wouldn't you be very happy with Super Shorty? The question is, does Super Shorty seem very happy with his grandmother? That's the question. Or is Super Shorty happy when he talks about the land that he owns and how he's building these construction projects and how he's a construction whatever he is? Does he ever look very happy when he talks about her, his grandma? I'm sure she is very happy because she's finally getting some attention, because I'm sure she wasn't getting that much in the United States. And I'm not trying to insult her. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to keep it 100% real. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat you, the truth to you. I'm not going to play with you. I don't have time to do that. I told you I have 12-hour days. I don't come on here to play. I come on here to tell the truth and shame the devil. So I'm sure she is happy. I'm sure the Wicked Witch of the West, ES, is happy too. What about Vinny? What about what's his name? Super Shorty. And I'm not talking about what they getting from the relationship, because now what he say? I'm a content creator. I need 1,000 subscribers. Let me come up off of you. Ladies, don't let no man come up off of you. Don't let nobody come up off of you. Men, the same thing. Don't let a woman come up off of you. If she can't come up on her own, then hey, I'm sorry about your luck. Like my friend tell me, baby, you just pray for them people and keep on going. That's God. Let God handle them. Let God deal with them. You can't do nothing about that. You cannot do nothing about that. That's their issues, and you cannot do nothing about that. So you just pray and go on. But letting people come up off of you, no. I'm sorry, I can't do that. No. And that's all these are. These are come ups. And I don't like encouraging women to be come ups. You should see yourself as more than a come up. You should see yourself as more than that. You should want more, to be more than that. Hey, how you been, Mr. Navigator? It's been a year since I know. I told y'all. All I heard was that after the Mandinka man got to the United States, he got gone. He got gone. I haven't heard anything else. You got to be careful. But there were signs. And see, she ignored the signs. There were signs. She was young. I didn't want to say nothing because she's young. You know, I didn't want to. Some things you just don't need to say. So I just didn't say it. You know, I just didn't make videos about things that I was seeing because she was young, you know, and I didn't want to do that. But it was always there. The fact that he would drink alcohol, and he's from a conservative Muslim country. No matter what goes on there, those families in the Gambia are extremely conservative, okay? So the fact that he was from a conservative Muslim country and he would drink alcohol, that's a sign, ladies, to run for the hills. Do you hear me? Run. Because that means he has no moral character. That means he has no integrity. Because if he's raised that alcohol is not acceptable, and it's morally wrong, and it's morally corrupt, and he does it anyway, then what else will he do that's wrong and morally corrupt? You see what I mean? So alcohol, I mean, some things you can trade, you can make little trades on, but alcohol, no, that's a big one. That's a big one. Anything that really goes against their culture and they do it, no, that's not somebody you want to be bothered with. That is not somebody that you want to be bothered with. But last I heard, the little dude was gone, honey. Little man, Dinka man, had abandoned ship. He had gone. Once he got to the U.S., I heard he was gone. Oh, the Beach Bar channel. Yeah, we want to know the name of the Beach Bar channel. What's the name of the channel so we can go watch it, y'all? So let's watch them too. Because it'd be entertainment. Because you just be like, what? Do y'all watch YouTube? Y'all got to watch YouTube. Hamza was a man from the UK, and they just found him passed away. And it was so sad because he had his backpack on, and he had his passport in his hand, and they just found him laying outside on his veranda. And it was really just, it was sad because he was there alone and nobody knew what happened to him. My email is Keke, Keke, loves Nigeria, LUVS, Nigeria @gmail.com. It's running down here at the bottom of the screen too. But that's what happened to him. He was another man who passed away in the Gambia. Hey, Dove, how you doing, lady? Yeah, he was another one who passed away over there. Yeah, so now what we're gonna look at, I think it's called She and He. Oh, it is. I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you are talking about. I seen that. I was like, oh, that's a cute name. And I can't remember the video, but it came across. It was like late at night when I woke up and I saw it. The beach bar is Ocean Blue, Beaufort Heights. It's next to the Serengeti on the beach. We met the previous owner in February. Okay, good. All right, y'all. So we're going to check that one out. I hope I remember when I get off of here. Some do have a 99-year. Yeah, I'm sure some do, but some don't. But all of them don't. So tell us the truth. Say some of us do. And it probably depends on what you're going to do with that land. What are you building? But don't present it to us like we all do. Don't present it to us like we own the land, because you don't. Don't present it to us like, oh, I just bought land in Ghana, because you didn't. You're renting land in Ghana. Okay? That's the truth. You're renting a house. You're paying for your rental house to be built in Ghana. And that's the truth. So quit telling us that you're buying a house, that you're building. You are building it, but it's a rental property. You don't own that. And I'm not saying you, Miss Cecilia, Miss Sojourner. I'm not talking about you like you. I'm just saying you in general. Because that's how they come on here and present it to us like it's just they own it, and they don't. She and him, a UK couple, posted that they are opening a beach bar in the Gambia. It looks like the same location. Oh, are you serious? It probably is. And that's one thing I noticed. It's like one, I'm not going to call it that. Let me rephrase that. One business will come and one business will leave. One business will come and one business will leave. One business will come and one business will leave. But none of them will really truly be successful for long periods of time. I wonder if anybody ever tells people that. I wonder if they've ever said that. No, they don't. It's because it's just a cycle to get your money. Very true, Kiki. You be. Yes, I'm trying to keep people safe. Because that's the biggest thing. Is keeping you safe. You got to stay safe. Super Shorty can't stand Kenzie Babe. I know he can't stand his grandma. Cause you see how grandma talked to him? Grandma scolded him like he a child. She scolded him like the grandma she is. And you think he happy? He ain't happy. He only happy when he going around being a boss. When he on his YouTube channel. Super Shorty's job is driving her car and spending her money. Honey, honey, honey. And that ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. Kenza Babe is in a dream world, honey. And then she want everybody else to be in the daggone dream world with her. She want everybody else to be in the dream world with her. We not in that dream world, Granny. No, Grandma. No, we ain't in that dream world. We are not participating in that illusion. That's not even a dream, y'all. That is an illusion. That is delusional. That what I see there, and it'd be so hard for me to watch. And I try to watch it just to keep an update on what's going on. But I swear, y'all, Super Shorty's grandma is so difficult to watch her. It is so difficult to watch her. All right. It's the name. Is it his name, Super Shady? I don't know what his name is. It sounds like she's saying Super Shorty. Maybe it is Super Shady. I don't know. I think that channel is Super Shady, but honey, she called him Super Shorty. I'm calling him what she called him, Super Shorty. M. Johnson, the previous lesser was a UK lady, leaser was a UK lady and her partner. They seemed a bit fed up in February, and the beach bar was quiet. I'm sure. Because it's a seasonal thing. You know? Edra, doesn't Shorty have a bit? No. What's his business? Lizzie Lee. He don't have a business. Like she said, his business is driving her around and spending her money. That's his business. She done bought him several businesses. She bought him a clothing store. Hey, Smitty's Corner, happy birthday to your grandma. Thank you for joining us. That's his business. Spending her money, like she said. I thought Shorty had some kind of mobile business. And Miss Lizzie. Come on, Miss Lizzie. Please don't say that, Miss Lizzie. That mobile business, you talking about that little store thing, right? Where I think they was supposed to do mobile money or something. No, Miss Lizzie, honey. No, that she bought that for him. And you see, they ain't done nothing with that. She employed a family to do that. She'll buy businesses for him, and then his whole family, like different members of the family, will come and work there at the store. So she's literally supporting the whole daggone family and friends. They all coming up. They all eating off of her. Okay? All of them are eating off of her. Thanks for the info. I thought it looked like the same location. Okay. So now we're going to look at, he is a child. No West African is going to hire him to be in charge. No, they're not. He is a child. That's why he go around there talking about, I'm the construction chief, whatever he called himself. I'm the project manager. Because he know he would never do that for real. And that's why he gets no respect. Like when he goes to the store to buy her goods, for the projects, they don't really respect him. The owners, the people selling him stuff. That's why she don't get good deals like that, because they know he's a boy. They know this is a small boy. A very small boy who happened to meet this granny on the internet. And now the granny over here making a fool out of herself, spending everything she got. Spending every daggone thing she got. Every day she's showing us how she working hard to spend up that money. Her businesses, yeah. Those are her businesses. She bought for him. I agree. Things should be very clear. Yes. And that's the whole point of my show, of our show. Transparency. We have been very transparent from the beginning. From the beginning, way back when we started with Invest, Relocate Africa, that was the first thing we talked about on this channel when we exposed the truth about what happened with that. When they were steady trying to make Quasi Boyd out to be the bad guy, when I told y'all all along, that's what this was all about. That's what this was all about, to break down Invest, Relocate Africa, because everybody was going there because of them. Art Cathy was just the face of the company. Quasi Boyd was the brains behind the company. Everybody was going there because of them. And it was a network, okay? None of those people were going to be just brought there and on their own. Now, when you go to Gambia, you are on your own. There's no network. There's no Invest, Relocate Africa. It was all jealousy. It was all about making money. They saw Art Cathy and Quasi Boyd and thought, oh, they're making all this money. They're making all this money. Oh, we could get some of this money. Then that fool Phoenix Rain come there. She don't know her head from her, you know what? Because she can't figure out a spreadsheet. She go and tell this man's investors not to send no money because he's scamming. And this was the safety net for the people, y'all. Because they were picking you up from the airport. They were taking you to a place to stay. They were taking you around. They were making sure you had what you needed. It was a network. It was a whole network working together, making sure you stayed safe when you were in Africa. Don't y'all get that? This was bigger than just Quasi Boyd and Art Cathy. And they destroyed it. These hater people, these jealous, low-level people who can't drink, who cannot think themselves out of a paper bag. They cannot think their way out of a brown paper bag. They saw these two making money off of us coming there, and they went on a mission. I'm going to say all of them went on a mission to destroy this company. And then what did you see after that? Who started telling us who was the ones? Come, give me consulting companies. Everybody was a consultant. Everybody was selling land. Everybody was selling property. Everybody was renting property. But you get there and you were on your own. It wasn't like when Invest, Relocate Africa was there. It wasn't like that. You were going to meet somebody. You were going to an organization who was going to make sure you were okay. Remember the first lady we talked about? Remember her, Audrey? Remember Audrey? How did Audrey get there? Audrey came through Gambia through Invest, Relocate Africa. When Phoenix Rain blew it apart, Phoenix Rain and Company, Molly Morris, he was another person in the background who's a big liar, who's a big backstabber. He was in the background the entire time. The entire time. Acting like he was Quasi's friend and helping Phoenix Rain undermine Quasi Boyd and Invest, Relocate Africa. Now this man is telling you to believe what these stories that he's stealing from our channel. Yeah. That he's stealing from our channel and believe that he's going out and he's getting this information or something. No, he's not. He's not. This is a lazy, two-faced snake. He's one of the ones who helped undermine. So we would have no stable place to stay. Because he wanted to get in on the money too. Because you know what he was doing? He was helping Phoenix Rain find a new place to stay. And once she found a new place to stay, thanks to him, guess what? She got charged twice as much, thanks to Molly Morris. Now, these are the type of repats that are in the Gambia that are there to help you out. So you think people like that are going to tell you the truth? He made us all believe that he owned that Jamaican restaurant. Moe's too. He didn't own that restaurant. That his wife owned that. Correction. His ex-wife owned that restaurant. Molly Morris, in my opinion, lives off of women. He's one of them who tries to come up off a woman. And wherever he is now in Senegal, you better believe there's a woman there that he's trying to come up off of. Because whoever you are, because he ain't there by himself, because he has no money. Yeah, y'all, he was just pretending. These are the lies these people tell us. These are the lies. That man has nothing, has never had anything. He's like a bumpster. He lives off these women. His ex-wife, that was her restaurant. Not his. No, not his. That was her restaurant. He has no income. He has no money. But he presents to us like he does, doesn't he? No. No. So he has to make money off of us. These people have to make money off of us. So transparency, it's key. But will we get transparency? Probably not. Because transparency is not going to get you any money. It's not, I'm sorry, transparency is not going to get them any money. Renee Marcus drove from the UK to Gambia with her dad, and now she's opened a bakery. I think she succeeded. I think she did too. I like Renee Marcus. I know she said some things about, like somebody was telling me, how could I like her? Because she said the other things she said about Black people, Black Americans. Well, I don't know what she said about Black Americans, so I'm not sure about that. But she did make a video, and I saw the video where she was apologizing, for something she has said. But I think she did. I like her. I really do. When I go to Gambia, I got to go back. I'll be there next year. So when I go, I'm gonna go to her bakery. So I'll make sure I go to, and I'll do a video about her bakery. Yeah. Molly Morris lost his restaurant and wife, and now looks hurt, poor man. He looks like a hurt, poor man, honey. But how's he supporting himself in Senegal? He's not. I guarantee you, there's a woman somewhere there. He's living off of. Yes, isn't he in? Yeah, he's in Senegal now, but he has no money. He has no money. Heavy pedal time. How you been? Yo, Kiki, what's up with you, dude? On my way to get. Oh, really? Oh, good. Have fun. All right. Let us know what's going on. Keep us posted. Give us updates, okay? So I can talk about it. What you seeing over there? Eric from Soul Food Cafe left. Yeah, went back to U.S. Hurt as hell. Sure did. That's what I'm telling y'all. He lost. That man went there. Sorry, y'all got to drink something. That man went there with a wife, kids, a family. That man came back with nothing. Nothing. That's why I'm telling you, Africa will break you down. It will break you down. That man, Eric, looked like he was so happy to get back here. Did you see that picture of him and his dad? Because you don't know what they're going through, honey. When I'm there long enough in the Gambia, I know what they're going through. And I have money. And I'm still going through it. So I'm like, oh, so this is just what life is like over here? You just have to go through it? No, I'm cool on going through it. I'm cool on going through it, but I will be back there, y'all. I will be back. Yes, I think, yeah, he is in Senegal. He is in Senegal. Who's he living off of now, y'all? I wouldn't buy a biscuit in Ghana or Gambia after what I have seen. She said she wouldn't buy nothing. Renee Marcus showed us all the massive European-style oven they had to build in her bakery. Smart lady. No one will be able to steal that oven. Is too big to move. You love to. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to watch her channel tonight. I'm happy. Good. Wonder if Eric still has his restaurant in the. No, probably not. And his food was really good. I told you I went there. His food was delicious. Well, Super Black. Let's be honest. Invest Relocate Africa was amateur. Okay, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. Hey Kiki. Hey Miss Greek, how you doing, lady? Hey everyone. TNK says. Hey Fiona says. So true. Phoenix crashed the network. Their interview on Blacksit was premeditated to crash. Yeah, it was. And you know, they admitted so much. Phoenix admitted so much guilt on their. I mean, they just admitted. Her and her friends just admitted all the crimes they committed and how dumb they were. And I'm just like, this is just ridiculous. They were just ridiculous. It was just sad that you trust people and this is what they do to you. Let's be honest, Invest Relocate Africa's was a shambles from the start to finish. Well, I disagree with that. I think Invest Relocate Africa was pretty good. I think they were when they were starting up, I think they were pretty good. I think they were on their way to be successful. I just think they needed professional people. I think Kwesi tries to give people a chance that don't have the skills. You know, you need people if you're running an international business, you need people with international business experience or with some type of real college degrees, some real professional educational experience. Even if you don't even have to go to college, you know, but just some business experience. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hire people or if you get involved with people like Phoenix who have no real training and who, in my humble opinion, have been addicted to illegal substances, you know, you're going to get what you get and you can't throw a fit. And that's what I think happened. I don't think so because of the way what I researched about them. And again, I didn't know this man until after I had completed, like 2 years after the research was done. So I had no vested interest and I would never lie because that impacts my credibility. So it doesn't affect me one way or the other. So, you know, I saw Invest Relocate Africa. It was on its way to being a successful company, an successful business until she went into this group and told these people that they were stealing, but she never could produce records because they were waiting. Because this was a public group. Kwesi did not close this group. This is how transparent they were. The group was not closed. So you could go in there and see what they were talking about. And she was supposed to come back and show us proof that they were doing exactly what she said they were doing, but she never did. She never gave any proof. She never gave anything. And the money that was in those accounts, there were like small money that was already in those accounts. She stole that money. You know, well, it's gone. And her name was on, Phoenix's name was on the accounts. And like, what's her name even told you that? Art Kathy, that she was getting a percentage from the investments. So, you know, you're in charge of all the money. Your name is on the accounts. Nobody can get in the accounts but you. So it sounds like you were the one who messed up the money. So I wouldn't say that. I think inexperienced people got a hold of that. I think that's what happened. All right, so yeah, let's look at this video real quick. Got here. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I love you too. I love you too. Yeah, because I'm hot tonight. Because this is just, you know, I'm glad people are talking about it though. I really am. I'm glad it's being brought to the front and center. Life without limits. Wow, I knew there was something shady. Oh, honey. There's something even shadier about Molly Morris, and I just don't know how to tell you guys. Something I just don't know how to tell you guys because it's super shady, like super shady. It's super shady. Yeah, yeah. Just let me say it like this: take what he says in those stories with a grain of salt, because he doesn't know how to separate his biased opinion in a story. Okay, especially the story about R.J. Mahadi. Am I saying his name right? R.J. Mahadi. Yeah. I don't even know anything about that. I know little bits and pieces about what happened to him. Little bits and pieces. I haven't researched it, but what I know about Molly Morris, what I found out about Molly Morris recently, and all that stuff he's been saying about RJ, yeah, you need to just, anybody who believed what he was saying, you need to pump your brakes. Okay? You need to pump your brakes. I'm not saying it's not true or it is true. I don't know. But I know what he is saying. You can't believe what Molly Morris is saying about RJ because his information, his source, everything is biased. And if I'm getting biased information, then there's no way I can present the truth to you. Now, that's dangerous when somebody presents biased information without telling you. When I present y'all biased information, I tell y'all. I say, okay, this story is biased. You know, this is biased. I like this person, so y'all know the people I like. So the story is biased because I like the person. I like the person, but that don't mean I'm not gonna tell you the truth. Because I will tell you the truth about the person. That don't mean I'm not gonna like them. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna love them. But I'm still gonna tell you the truth because that's my job as a public servant, to tell you the truth. But some people don't do that. Some people will give their biased opinion as a factual opinion, and it's not. It's not. And Molly Morris is one of those people. And you can't believe anything he say. You cannot. So maybe we'll get around and get to that story about RJ and go over it. Oh, I don't know, Miss Lisa. We don't know how they doing. We were speculating whether they left. Don't forget to stop by and visit. And that we got a room for you at the security house, honey. But I'm not ever going back out there. Did y'all see that big old snake they was killing? I said, I will never. I can't believe I walked around out there at Black Acres with all those big old snakes out there. Why did he come back with? Because Princess, sweetie, when you go to Africa, you spend everything you have trying to survive there. You spend everything you have trying to make it there. It is just that expensive that you got to spend everything. And then once you spend everything, it's time to go. I don't have any more money. I can't keep borrowing money. I ain't paid back the money I had the first time. Bruce City, they sure did. Remember that, Fiona? Bruce City Heavy Equipment Machinery. Remember, we watched them. And when they left, they went missing in Thailand. See? That's what I'm telling you. Because you go over there and you thinking this is a Black movement. Black people are doing this as unity. We're unifying. We're going to be together. That was the goal of Invest, Relocate Africa. That was their goal, to build this community where we could be unified. It really was. That was their goal. That was their vision. That was their mission. That was their goal. But that is not the goal of Black Acres of the Gambia. That is not the goal of the Wicked Witch of the West. What's her name? Yes. That is not the goal of Kenzabe. That is not the goal of Super Shorty's grandma. That is not our goal. That is not it. When you come, you're on your own, people. You're on your own. There's no community for you. There's nobody there that's going to support you. There's nobody there going to help you when you get sick, when you need this, when you need that. You better have somebody, a friend or something, because will not have that repat community. And they've told you that time and time again. My guest, London lady, says the rival has been building their main house. Oh, and it's too nice to put on their YouTube channel. They were still there in February. Next time, I'll there. Okay, you're gonna check. Okay, let us know. Okay, let us know how they doing. Oh, oh, Fiona, you didn't hear what happened to the family. Shh. He probably wants us to go. Well, I heard family. Shh. And this is only hearsay because somebody told me. So I'm telling y'all, I told y'all when it's hearsay, I'll tell y'all. This was only hearsay. I heard that family got one of those little Gambian girls with child. And after he got her with child, they left. So he basically cheated on his wife with one of the Gambian ladies, got her knocked up, and then that caused problems in their family. And now they're back in the U.S. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I never tried to verify it, but that's what I heard. Yeah, we wish whoever the best. All right. So let's look at, oh, hey, Great Lakes. Where you been, lady? Let's see this one. Fiona, who is Brew Crew? Oh, you don't know the Brew Crew, the people without the kids. A lot of UK people are relocating to Thailand in preference over because it's cheaper, but honey, bye. I wish I would. I would never do that. Good evening, all. Hey, married to a Gambian, how you been? All right, now look, we got all the comments, we caught up. That's it, COAD in the Gambia. That's it. This meeting was a response to them. Remember my friend sent me the flyer that they were sending around, the COAD people were sending around in response to this, what was going on. So first thing, who is COAD, y'all? Do y'all know anything about them? Can y'all hear her? Can anybody? Y'all can't hear me? I hope y'all can hear me. Who is COAD, y'all? Do y'all know who they are? Well, let's look and see. It seems like I remember James. Oh, y'all don't call him that. UN made a movie. Oh my God. Oh God. Made a video about them. Was it CO? Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Because I can't remember who they are. I know they had some. It seemed like at one time they were with Miss Blacksett. Y'all remember that? That they were with Miss Blacksett at one time, and it seemed like I remember one of them's name was Luke. Okay, here's another interview. COAD discusses uprising. But hold on, let's go to. It seemed like James had a video about him. Hold on, let me go to so y'all can see what I'm looking at. It seemed like he had a video about them. Y'all remember that? Because I can't remember exactly who they are. Let's go to videos. I don't remember exactly who they are, but I'm telling you that some of the stuff I do remember. I remember that they used to work with Miss Blacksett. If I'm correct, if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. They used to work with Miss Blacksett, right? And I remember that one of them's name was Luke. I remember that. And something happened. I don't remember what, though. I don't remember what happened. And I wasn't really paying attention because, I didn't do stories on Blacksit. So he's got so many videos. Oh, here it is, y'all. Okay, let's see who this person is.
Hi.
This is him. This is exactly the person who was at the video shoot, who was at the news conference. So, y'all, we're going to check this video out. Let me take this down. Let's look at these comments before we go into the video. He did a video, Callie G, on Gambians to attack Black Americans. I saw the video. He took it down very. Okay, I don't know who y'all talking about. Okay, so let's go and look at this video. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear me now? Oh, you can't hear. Can you hear me now? Okay, let's put this up so y'all can see my face. All right, let's go with this and see what. Let's meet these COD people. COAD. All right, let's see who these people are. This is according to Ton. This is Ton Africa, which we all know him as Unapologetic Negropean. And it's like the Tuba. Oh, it's Luke the Tuba. Okay, that's what it's. I guess that's his nickname. Luke the Tuba, Gambian's gangster realtor. Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
Hi, my name is Luke McKenzie, coming to you from the Gambia. Welcome to African Success.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropean. In today's video, I remember some 20 years ago, I went to the Netherlands and I went to do a deal with a young man, and this young man said something to me which was quite profound. I answered him in a way which even surprised myself. I spoke to him and everything was fine. I didn't know this man, by the way. I knew him through a friend of mine, and he said something along the lines of, if you try to double trick me, I will you. And I said to him back, I said, if you try to kill me, I'll you first. This is the truth. He actually said this. And I remember him chuckling. He said, they feel like they can say things, yet that some people, percent of the time, they succeed. The only times they don't succeed is when they find a bully just like them. These old school tactics, apparently, are still being used. They're being used now in the Gambia to get people to rent houses that are unfit for purpose. And there is one person that I want to specifically talk about, because I know these types of people. I know these types of people very, very well. We're going to speak about today is Luke McKenzie. I want to speak specifically about him because I know exactly how he works. And I want to let you guys know that you should not be doing business with him or with his COAD organization.
Okay, so that's it. That's the organization. I knew I had heard him talk about them, but see, this was back when, oh God, so much was going on. So let's look at this.
He is the topic of today, but first I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to please follow the Oversight channel, the channel that is there to help you to invest on the African continent, both safely and securely. Link also in the description. So who is Luke McKenzie? Luke McKenzie is a British Jamaican, and he now lives in the Gambia. He's made his home in the Gambia for some years now because he was there before Blacksit was there. To say that Luke McKenzie and Blacksit are just alike, these two are two peas in a pod. They act the same way. They came to the Gambia for the same reasons, because they thought that they could tread on the sovereignty of the people of the Gambia. In fact, Luke has such a bad reputation that the local Gambians call him Luke the Tubab. Luke McKenzie has continued working in the shadows, one of the organizers of another African repatriation program company called COAD. guys perhaps have already heard of COAD. It's another one of
Okay, did you hear him say another African repatriation company? So see, Invest Relocate Africa was a repatriation company. After them, you started seeing all types of repatriation companies popping up. So this code seems like it was a repatriation company that also popped up at the time when Invest Relocate Africa was doing its thing.
those repatriation programs. Guys, if I've told you once, I'll tell you again. You need to stay away from these programs. You need to do the homework yourself and do not go through them. They are just fronts. This is exactly how Luke Mackenzie uses COAD himself. Luke Mackenzie preys on those people who have just arrived in the Gambia or those people who are planning to go to the Gambia. COAD is a magnificent front because people will contact COAD thinking it's some sort of NGO, some company that is there just to help people out, but they are not. What they do is they act like agents. Basically, you will contact COAD. You will tell COAD what you need in order to help facilitate your move to the Gambia. COAD will take your contact details and give it to Luke Mackenzie. Luke Mackenzie is running COAD, so it will go straight to Luke Mackenzie. Luke Mackenzie will then target you. This is the way he works. He is a real POS. Luke Mackenzie is British Jamaican. He's from the same city that I'm from as well. He's from Birmingham, although I think that he's not from one of the nicer parts. He's not from Edgbaston or Harborne. This guy is from Erdington or something. He's from one of those I swear on my nan's graves type places, you know, the real parts of Birmingham, because it's these types of places that harbour people like Luke Mackenzie. Found his way to the Gambia and now he's employing the exact bully tactics that he has probably employed back in Birmingham, hence the reason why he had to leave in the first place. But what's important is the way he moves in the Gambia. It's important because even though I'm showing you video of him right now, it's unlikely that you will see his face unless he's really pushed into it. He works in the shadows and he does very well. Once he knows you're coming, he will get another local property agent to come and see you. He won't actually speak to you face to face. He doesn't need to do that anymore unless it's absolutely necessary. He will then show you the house. Luke will wait until you actually get to the Gambia before he hikes the price up by $1,500 to $2,000, and he does this regularly. Why? Because he knows once you have come to the Gambia, he knows your situation. You've given him all of your details already because you've given those details to COAD. So he will take advantage of that. He will push you into a corner where you'll have to accept that property, no matter how trashy or bad it is, no matter how much work needs to be done to it. What he'll do is he'll promise you that he'll do the work, but he won't do it. Once you have signed that contract, that's it. It's over. And he'll move on to his next victim. If you go to the house and you don't like it for whatever reason, then the property agent will contact Luke. This is the way it generally works. Once he contacts Luke, Luke will either call you up or he'll come and see you personally. And this is when he'll try and employ these bully tactics. Will resort to manipulation, sometimes borderline threats. And please remember, he knows that you're there. He knows that you're probably hemorrhaging money in some hotel. He knows that you want to spend this cash as soon as possible. So he has all this information and he'll use it to his advantage. Luke Mackenzie is a real piece of work, really. I mean, this guy used to work with Blacksit, so that should tell you enough right there. I really don't understand where these people come from. I don't understand why they still think that this is London in the 1980s and these guys are the craze or something. You're not gangsters. This is somebody else's sovereign territory. You cannot treat people with disrespect, or else that disrespect will be brought back onto you and it's not going to work out well for you. So guys, it'd be really interesting to know whether anybody else out there has actually done any work with COAD or with Luke Mackenzie. But really, this video is to put it out there to people who may be considering going through COAD in order to find out more information about repatriating to the Gambia. If you're thinking about it, don't. There are plenty of local agents who will do a much better job. What you need to do is you need to ask them specifically whether they are working with COAD or with Luke Mackenzie. If they are, then make sure you turn the other way, because they are not the right people to do business with. Luke works in the shadows. You will rarely see his face. He uses other agents as fronts so that he can get away with murder. I want more people to send me more information about Luke Mackenzie and COAD. Have you ever had any bad experiences with COAD? Maybe you've had a good experience with COAD. Let me know in the comments section below, or please send me an email to tuntalks@gmail.com. That is tuntalks@gmail.com. So guys, that's all I got. So guys, that's all I got time for today. I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'd like to give an extra special thank you to...
Okay. So that's who he says he is, because I don't know who he is. He did a video. Okay, we said that. So let's look at this flyer. Let me get your comments, and we're going to look at the flyer. So he did real estate. He did some type of investment. I told y'all they were all trying to do that. They were all doing this repat, invest, housing program. Everybody was doing the same thing. Julia used to talk about, oh, did she, Edra? What did she say about him? Yes, we can hear you. What did she used to say about him? Because I bet you they're not a part of with Juliet now. Okay, I bet you they're not. Yeah, let's see what Fiona says. She says, COAD is the Council of African Descent. Adrian from, oh, that's why he was on there. So, okay. Oh, I know Miss Blackson ain't on. Is Miss Blackson still on there then? Okay. That's okay. So now I get it. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all the video. Years ago when they were trying to get citizenship. Okay. I remember all that now. COAD did the alleged charity scams for boreholes and land in the Brucery, 1,000 plots for a borehole. So what was the scam? Tell us the scam. Tell us what they did. And how you know they did it. Was it on the channel? I can't hear. Okay. Tell us what they did. Everybody is scamming. Oh, wow. 2 weeks. Wait a minute. London lady, I got to make that bigger. 2 checks of the same bottom. 2 cheeks of the same bottom. 2 cheeks. I don't get it. Well, I'll probably get it in a few minutes. You and expose a lot of folks. Save folks from being scammed. He is God. So we're going to look at that. So let's look at this flyer they put out. All right. Let's see if this is the same people, which we know it is. Okay, so it says, okay, oh, here it is, y'all. The Council of American Descendants announces a press conference to address the surge in crime affecting the community. So maybe they've changed and they're doing more social things. So COAD will be holding an important press conference to address the recent incidents of deaths, robberies, and assaults taking place in the Gambia. We strongly encourage the concerned individuals to attend as we aim to collectively express our concerns and urge the government, the Gambian government, and local authorities to provide assurance and to take concrete action to secure the safety and well-being of the repat community. And so this was at the Jamaican restaurant. But I thought they was doing a GoFundMe for this restaurant, y'all. I'm pretty sure I seen a GoFundMe trying to raise money for this restaurant. So this was the announcement of the press conference. Okay. So let me see if we got some more comments, and we're gonna go look at the press conference. Africa is not for every. No, it is not. It is not for everybody, and you need to know exactly what you're doing, or you're gonna get messed up. Ha ha ha. As UK, no. Okay, Ian, UN is yeah. UN is fun. He is funny. He is really funny. I thought Adrian. I did too. I thought he went back to Liz, honey. I thought Adrian went back to the UK. I saw the press conference. Right. I was looking at him. I said, that's what I was doing too. I was like, Dad, he looked familiar. Honey, I thought he went back too, but he must be there. I missed Ton too. Yeah, I missed him too. That used to be fun. That was so much fun watching his videos, waiting for him to release a new video. Oh God, it was gonna be so much fun. Ton, you learned the hard way. At TNK, you learned the hard way. $150,000 for what? Oh my God! Wow. Well, that's what Super Shorty's grandma's doing. That's exactly what she doing, honey. Do they have 5-star hotels in the Gambia? When I am Johannesburg and Accra, I book if well, yeah, they do, but 5 stars in Africa is not the same as 5 stars here. Okay, but they do. They have yes, versus Gambia, yes. They have beautiful places you could stay there. Oh my God, they have really, really nice hotels. I mean, some of the hotels are just the reason to even go there. They have real nice places. The beauty will probably be up to the standard, but the little details, nah, not so much so. But it's worth it because it's, Oh, thank you. Yeah, y'all, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button for me. Let's show YouTube that we like the video. Let's see. 159 in the chat. Only 49 likes. Really? 49 likes. Y'all wrong. Hit the like button so this video gets out to the masses and saves somebody else from spending $150,000 for a penis. Oh my God. Y'all are hilarious. Oh my God. No, I lost my building and house there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. The last building at house. Okay, she lost her building and house there. TNK says, what exactly? Oh, you talking to her like TNK. Okay. I also have an American friend in RA, and I found he's scamming people. Look at that for land. Yeah. Because they need money. TNK said, I bought a piece of land and found out it was a scam. Local lawyer scammed me. Years later, I thought an American friend in RA was doing the same. It happens there too. The courts take so long. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. So now, Maru Watson in Jamaica is no good. All right, let me show y'all them in court. In the news conference. All right, hold on. Let's watch the news conference now and see all the people y'all can see. Let's point out the people we can see. So here's Adrian. All right, here's Adrian. And y'all know who this lady is? Remember the story we did about the lady who was robbed? Let me show y'all. Actually, let's do that story real quick so I can show y'all. I'll bring it back to y'all memory. So hold on, let me bring that up. Let's watch that one real quick. Well, I got an update about what happened. Let me pull that up. Okay. I actually got more details about what happened. And it was worse than what we thought. It really was. And it was different from most of the break-ins. Okay. Most of the break-ins aren't like this. This break-in was different. Okay. So let me look through these messages and then I'm going to go through the details. Okay. So let me go back up here. Okay. Burley says, "Hey, Kiki." And I said, was asleep, and she woke up with a knife to her face in the late night hours. I know, they got to. Yeah, I told y'all. What did I tell y'all? My background was in government. I worked internationally in government, and I worked in local government. I told you why I left. I left because I did not want to hit up poor people all day.
No, I did.
I just found something morally wrong.
It was.
With plotting me against poor people.
Yeah, that was just,
that
was just.
I just thought that was morally wrong. So I just couldn't do that. And I just saw that government was really about government is about government. And if you can't deal with the government, then just move on. Because you can't control them. You know what I mean? It's a I don't know what it is. It is government is government. Your things are gone, but you're not physically harmed. Fine, they don't make enough to support a family. I'm trying to get to the Gambian police force. I know if you can't deal with it, then move on, and that's what I realized. It's in the Gambia like that, okay? Because when I was talking about it, our story was on Sierra Leone, but no. But I knew it was going to travel like that. It's just like here. Y'all know how it travels. Come on, we know how it goes. It's not going to stay in one place. There's money to be made. All right? There's money to be made. And then Burley says, drug use in the Gambia is getting bad and has been increasing over there. Your things are gone, but you're not physically harmed. So when I heard about this one, I was like, no, this is different. This is totally different. So let me tell y'all what happened, okay? Because we're not going to be on here long today, because tomorrow we got a big show. I got to get ready for this. I'm trying to put everything together so we can go over it in an orderly fashion so it makes sense, because it's a lot of information. So this is the information that I have, the updates. So this says, the lady woke up to a knife in her face. Now, right there, when I read that part, I'm like, wait a minute. The lady woke up to them. They don't normally do that. This is the first time I've ever reported on an incident in the Gambia or anywhere. Even I haven't reported on any of these in Ghana, but in the Gambia, where someone entered your home and the person woke up to a knife in their face. That's the first thing that shocked me. Okay. So how they got in her house, I don't know. The person didn't tell me how they got in. Okay. They just said she woke up, she was asleep, and she woke up with a knife to her face. She gave the guy some money. Okay. So I guess he came, said, give me your money. She gave him some money, but then he demanded more money. Okay. I guess he said, oh no, you got more than this. You got more than this. So he demanded more money. After that, the lady tried to fight him back. Okay. And that's what they always say. I'm going to fight him back and I'm going to pepper spray him. Well, that's what she did. The lady fought back and the lady sprayed him with mace. Well, the mace just made the person madder. Mm-hmm. Okay. And after the person was sprayed with the mace, things just got worse. That's when he pulled out a knife and he stabbed her in the head. And then he fled. He ran and left after that. So he still didn't get any more money. So, all right, we're going to stop right there on this one. Now, at that point, when we did that video, we didn't know this lady's identity. And even if I knew her, well, that's not true. I knew her identity, but I didn't know what she looked like. I knew who she was, but I didn't know who she looked like. Because the people who were telling me the story, they kept telling me, Kiki, you know who this lady is, you know. So I had never seen her before. But that just shows you, again, how close we have our ear to the ground. Because this story, people were mad about this one too. They were mad because we released this information too. But guess what? Here's the person now. She's on the Fatu network telling the story that we told here when everybody else was trying to say we was lying. All right, she's one of the people on this panel. Let's see who these panel people are. This is Adrian. Oh, this is Luke right here, y'all. And this is the lady, y'all, who was stabbed in the head with a knife. Yep, this is her. Now, that took a lot of courage for her to come on here and show her face. Oh, y'all know what this is a Jamaican little symbol. That's nice. All right.
In February 2024, Segna Chinedu, a British national of African descent residing in the Gambia, was found dead in her compound after being missing for 2 days. The Gambia police force later disclosed that Chinedu had allegedly been murdered by Augustine Bangura, a Sierra Leonean national who was subsequently brought before the High Court of the Gambia. This week, the police issued a statement.
Okay, so the first thing he said Shakina. Because I couldn't hardly understand him. So let's listen to it again.
In February 2024, Segna Chinedu, a British national of African descent residing in the Gambia, was found dead in her compound after being missing for 2 days. The Gambia police force later disclosed that Chinedu had allegedly been murdered by Augustine Bangura, a Sierra Leonean national who was subsequently brought before the High Court of the Gambia. This week, the police issued a statement confirming the investigation into another alleged murder of Leonard Dominic, also a British national of African descent, who was killed on October 19, 2024.
Now, that's the story we talked about before anybody talked about it. We talked about it. Remember? We talked about it. So that was Mr. Dominique, he's talking about now.
In response, the Council of African Descendants held a press conference to address these disturbing incidents within the Gambia diaspora community. The Council appealed for urgent attention to the murderous and growing insecurity facing African descendants in the Gambia. Luke Mackenzie, chairman of the COAD, stated...
Okay, Luke Mackenzie, that's the dude UN was just talking about.
During the press conference that the culture of silence is no longer an option, given the increasing attacks on their community. Many African...
So did y'all hear that? That's when I first heard this story, I stopped it right there. And I said, oh, no, we're going to talk about this. This is why they were trying to bully me, attack me, and silence me like that. This is why they were so angry at me, because it was a culture of silence there. We don't tell what goes on here. We don't tell when we're robbed. We don't tell when we're beat up. We don't tell anything that happened to us here. We just smile, smile, smile. Wow.
Descendants present shared concerns over burglaries and violence, expressing feelings of vulnerability in the country.
It's come the time where we no longer can be quiet.
Wow.
I remember when I first came to this country, and we used to have little situations that would be happening, and people would say to me, shh, 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 be quiet, don't say anything. Either because of culture, because of that we were new in the country, and it took some time would be offensive. But when life is being taken away from us, then The time to be quiet is finished.
That's right. He's right. He is right. And this is exactly what was going on over there. This is exactly what games being played. Games being played. I told y'all. I've been telling y'all this for I don't know how many years now. Thank you, Mr. Luke. Thank you, Mr. Luke. Thank you. Thank you. I've been told y'all. There was a culture of silence. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. But like he said, now lives are being lost. Maybe if you would have said something, maybe if you didn't keep playing that game, lives wouldn't have been lost. We wouldn't have had this happen.
We can no longer be quiet.
Empress Zahra, a community member, recounted a burglary at her residence 5 months ago, adding to a series of distressing experiences shared by others.
On the 19th of June, I'm just going to break it down. I was attacked in my home whilst I was asleep. They had me at knife point. They dragged me from my bedroom to the living room. They demanded money from me, which they got. They demanded jewelry. They took my phones and they stripped me from my dignity. My only defense at that time was to quickly think. So I was with my grandson at the time. So my immediate reaction was to spray them with the pepper gas, which worked. But in the meantime, it worked, but I got a repercussion from it because the person that did this stabbed me at the same time.
Binta, another African descendant, called on the Gambia government to provide stronger.
That was her. That was the lady that we did the story about. That was, and did we lie? Did we lie? No. No. What we said is what she said. What we said is what she said. Yes. Yes. So if you want to know the truth, you better watch this channel. That's all I got to say.
Assurance for their safety and that of all citizens.
My expectation of the government is bold and strong statements to the country about zero tolerance of these types of crimes that are happening, what they will do to combat this, where their energies are going to be placed, and their strong feelings about what is happening in Gambia today, and putting out a strong message to the country that this is something that will not be tolerated.
But I think they've already done that. And see, that's what we don't understand. They have laws against this. So when we pass laws, when countries implement laws, they've put out a strong message. They've put out a strong message. You go to prison for doing this. They send strong messages. The dude who they think did this unalive Shakina, they sent out a strong message. So they are sending out strong messages. So what she's saying, they're already doing that. That's what they're doing. They've passed laws to say you can't do that. When they find out the person has done it, they arrest the person. They punish them. I'm sure that dude is going to get the worst punishment ever. The travel advisory, excuse me, has just been uplifted for the Gambia. So they're doing everything that they're required to do. The thing is, we need to do. Instead of keep saying, do for me, do for me, do for me, we need to do. And that's the problem. Here lies the problem. We need to do. We need to think for ourselves. We need to make sure we are safe. It's a country. Of course they got laws against robbery. Of course they got laws against murder. Of course they got laws against everything that's happening to us. Of course they got laws against that. But when they tell you don't date the bumpsters and you date the bumpsters, what can they do? When they tell you don't go down to the beach at night because it's not safe, and you go down to the beach at night and you do it anyway, what can they do? When they tell you you cannot own land over here, you can lease it for 21 years. You can build whatever you want to on it for 21 years. But after that, it comes back to us. So if you want to build on it, you can do whatever you want to. So it's not, we as a people, we got to quit saying, and I'm talking about all of us, Black people all over around the world. We got to quit wanting to be spoon-fed. You go into a whole new country and you got, your currency is worth way more than theirs, and you know it. And you think you're not going to be a target? Why would you think you're not going to be a target? And when somebody tells you you are, why would you get mad at that person? Instead of listening, instead of being wise, instead of listening. But we don't do that. No, we don't do that. We call, when somebody tries to tell us the truth, we call them a hater. We say they're jealous of what? Foolishness? And we're jealous of foolishness and foolery? That's what we're jealous of? Foolishness and foolery. This is really a sad, sad situation.
We need this kind of statements that to be made from this government, not just to us who are here, coming here, but to Gambian people who are also concerned, very concerned about what is happening today in this country.
Lita Robertson, who has lived in the Gambia for...
Now, if she was truly, truly concerned, well, she probably truly is concerned, but she needs to understand the issue is the economy. There needs to be jobs for the people that pay a living wage. There needs to be the police, all the civil servants need to get raises that pay a living wage. Those are the way you stop these things or you decrease these things. Those are the only way you're going to decrease. You can put 1,001 laws on the book. You can pass a 2002 laws. But nothing is going to change until you put money into these people's pocket. Until you give people a chance to live like humans. Till you give people access to money so they can eat every day. Till you give people access to revenue so they can live in decent housing. And until then, I'm sorry, y'all, that was a notification. And until then, we're gonna keep getting what we're getting. And like the kids tell me, when you get what you get, and you can't throw a fit.
12 years highlighted the challenges faced by the Gambia police force, noting a lack of resources and equipment essential for effective law enforcement.
What I'm trying to say is that we have a police force here, but they're so underfunded.
Yes.
You know, they don't seem to be able to do very much.
No, they can't.
It's not that they don't have the ability. They have the ability to do it, but they're so underfunded,
yes,
you know, that they just don't do very much. So if you're not prepared to put your hands in
not that they can't do very much. They don't even have police cars like we have here. Like you call 911, you know the police got them real nice police cars. They got SUVs and everything. They even got helicopters. They got whole forensic units. And they tell you that. The State Department tells you the police are not going to be able to investigate if you are a victim of crime because they do not have the resources. Now, if they tell you that and you go there anyway and you're a victim of a crime, that's on you. That's on you. You got to move smarter. We got to move smarter. We got to quit believing everything people tell us. We got to learn to put 2 and 2 together and know that 2 and 2 ain't 16. Even though they telling me it's 16 and 16 look good, 2 and 2 is not 16.
your pocket, then they're not even going to come to see what your problem is.
Human rights advocate Mar Nyang, who is also the executive director of Gambia Participates, urged authorities to expedite the prosecution of perpetrators, stressing that timely justice could help curb crime rates.
You can go anywhere at any time without being chased after, because there was law and order. We want to restore that law and order. And the only way to restore that law and order is for the police to do the due diligence and make sure any single perpetrator is held accountable for their action. Now, this is one way of deterring such illicit activity from happening again. Where there is justice and accountability, people will not be acting this way. But if we keep reporting these criminal activities and the police, based on your account and based on the account of my Moroccan colleague and many others, that the police keep demanding money from them, then it becomes unbearable. Now, how do we?
Now, this man know daggone well the police don't have the resources to investigate or even to come. So why is he presenting that? Because he wants to impress his foreign friends, okay? Because he know daggone well you can sit up and say, oh, well, why we got to pay him? You know why you got to pay him? You know daggone well, because they don't make no money. They underfund it, if they even fund the police department.
Welcome or encourage people like you from other side of the world that want to resettle back here in Gambia. Will they come back? So I stand with you guys. I stand with everyone. In fact, it is not only unsafe for you, but every single month, hypothetically speaking, we also hear Gambians being murdered and thrown in the bush, or their bodies found somewhere else.
He said, hypothetically speaking, we hear of Gambians being unalived every month and thrown in the bush. How can you be hypothetically speaking about? That's not hypothetically speaking. He doesn't even know what that means.
That's never been the case in this country. That's not the Gambia that we have known for. So I think, number one, the call to action is to the state to make sure they intensify their patrol during the day and during the night.
Intensify their patrol like they have patrol cars. Now, you will see every now and then, you see these little fancy Jeeps they'll be in Gambia. Nigeria's police, they had these patrol Jeeps, but they didn't have, and some sergeants or some high-ranking officers did have their own cars, but by and large, nah, they don't have police cars like that. And in Cameroon, I didn't see not one police car.
To every single perpetrator of such crimes are investigated, arrested, and held accountable. And number three, to create a conducive environment, secured environment for that matter, so that we can work in harmony, we can work in love. At the same time, we will have a peace of mind.
The Council of African Descendants in the country called on the government to enhance their security and protect them from further harm.
But how? They're calling on the government to enhance their security and protect them. How? What's your plan? What would you like them to do? I wonder if they said that. I would love to hear.
Voicing frustration over the handling of cases by the police and demanding more thorough investigations. The press conference served.
They said more investigations. What else they said?
And demanding more thorough investigations from further harm.
Oh, he don't say that sound right.
African descendants in the country called on the government to enhance their security and protect them from further harm, voicing frustration over the handling of cases by the police and demanding more thorough investigations. The press conference served as a platform to raise awareness, discuss support for victims.
So it was just a platform to raise awareness. Thank you.
Victims' families and strategize to improve safety within the community. Reporting for Kerfatu, I am Buba Gayigo.
All right. Let me see what y'all got to say about this. So that was the report. And I have to say, we were pretty accurate with our reporting. Yeah, we were very accurate with our reporting. Like I said, because we just report the facts. We don't report nonsense. We don't report gossip. We just report the facts. Ton did some work, good work, until he started to come off as bullying, harassing Black Americans. TNK says, luckily I was younger then and I could recoup and recover. Yeah, I must be talking about something else. Let me go down and come up because that was a while ago. Okay, y'all, so I'm going backwards in the comments. If you analyze it right, then everyone is prey because, in my opinion, they target money. They do. They target money. She's right. Not nationality. They don't care. It's money. It's the money. Like if you're a Gambian and you live in the United States and you have access to foreign currency, I told y'all in that neighborhood I lived in, was it Bruford Heights? I think that was the name of it, where the rich people live and they was getting robbed. And I was like, well, it seemed like since the rich people live over here, it would be a safe neighborhood. They was like, no, because everybody know that's where they live. So everybody go over there to rob them. So no, it's not about the nationality. And if I'm making people think it's nationality, no, it's the foreign currency. It's you have money. Even if you're a Gambian and you have money, that makes you a target, people. That's this is about, the almighty dollar. Corruption eating the money, but that's another whole topic altogether. Lizzie Lee, granted gated community if buying Airbnb hotel you'll be renting. African Goddess says, funny enough, about 25 years ago, Gambia, yeah, it was a very safe. That's what I heard too, very safe. That's what I heard. You could walk around at night and think the repat movement it did. Yeah, because it created uneven development. Like that massive influx of money, foreign currency, that just created crime and drugs, a hotbed for crime and drugs. That's all it did. It made it a hotbed for crime and drugs. Uneven development is notorious for that, though. Maybe he meant to say literally speaking. Okay, maybe so, because that doesn't make sense. I was thinking, I was thinking, who got dementia? What y'all talking about? Do you have anything about Alita Israel Ghana consultation? She seems suspicious too. She probably is. But when I looked into her, these group of people had got together and they were complaining about money they had sent her. And I find it hard to talk about people who people are sending money to on the internet. You're still sending money to people, buying land that you've never seen. You've never met this woman, and you're buying land from this woman. And then when she takes your money and then talks about you, I don't know. What do you want? It's called being an adult, making an adult decision. Let's do some adulting around here. And adults don't do that. They don't do that. And if adults do make foolish mistakes like that, it's just what it is, what it is. It's not, you know, I mean, I don't understand how you give money to people you don't know, for one. And then you think that somebody's going to go recover the money and get your money back and get you the land or get you what you want when you're a whole adult And if you know this lady is suspect, like you said, this lady seems suspicious. These people knew this lady was suspect because they were saying it. In the interview, when they were talking, they were saying they felt like she was shaky. They felt like she was suspect. So why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then you want somebody to make you the I don't know. But yeah, somebody wanted me to talk about her. But after looking at them people crying because they sent her their money, I'm like, whatever. That's your problem, not mine. Yeah, that is your problem. You should know better than that. And if you don't, you need to get off YouTube. They want to be rich in a poor country. Yeah, that's what it is. Then get scared. That's exactly what it is. You want to be rich in a poor country, so you do all that stuff you do. These COAD need to raise funds for a special two-bob Gambian police. Well, you know, the Chinese got their own police force in Nigeria. When you have adequate funds, where is the safest place to vacation in the Gambia? It depends on what you want to do, like how you want to stay. And if you're going by yourself, you know, if you're going with people, do you want to stay at a resort? Do you want to stay at I would stay, if I was going by myself, or if I was going with someone who wasn't from there, I think I would stay at one of those resorts. I would either stay at the Cocoa Ocean Resort, or I would rather stay. I think that to me seemed pretty safe, because that one isn't like the Tamala one. It was nice, but it just got too many visitors. Like, you could tell they're not guests there, but they're doing business there, if you know what I mean. Like when I went to some brunch they had, you could tell this brunch was expensive because it was $35 US dollars, and it was packed. All right. But there were young Gambian girls in there, young Gambian girls. And you could tell these were not young girls who were in there just in there. These were girls who were in there working. And I'm like, I know they didn't pay $35 to get in here. And I'm like, oh, so they left these girls in here to solicit from these men in here. So that's what I didn't like about Tamala. It's like they put the bumpsters and the bumettes, they let them have access to you. I didn't like that. So Cocoa Ocean, I didn't see bumpsters and bumettes like that. No, I didn't see that so much there. But Tamala is more open, you know, and I truly think somebody who was working there was letting these bumpsters and bumettes in. So that's where I would go. And then I would kind of I would get me let me know, and I can get you somebody to give you a tour, like a tour guide. I have somebody there that'll show you around. So that way you will have a safe person to show you around. And like that. Then you just, you know, go back to the hotel. The hotel is really safe. And then you would go from there. These COAD need to, okay, so let's go back up here. Okay. Reigning Zion says it's either acceptance or you're a prey. Yeah. You got to know what you're doing. You got to go in there with your head up and your eyes open. Yep. You cannot go in there willy-nilly. And if you're going to live in a low-income area, you best have it. Yep. And it better be tight. Because, honey, they coming in there on you as soon as they can. Like Black Acres, they coming in there on them as soon as they can. That's why they kept them dogs in the house. You get what you get, and you can't throw a fit. No, you can't. You can't. If you go there and you're not following the rules and you're not safeguarding yourself, that's it. You do. You get what you get, and you can't throw a fit because everybody has warned you. Everybody has warned you. Everybody has told you. Nobody's going to hold your hand. If you're grown enough to go buy a ticket, if you're grown enough to get your passport, if you're grown enough to get your visa, you need to be grown enough to make some adult decisions and make yourself responsible for yourself. Heed the warnings, people. Watch the videos. Quit believing those people who got something to gain from you coming there. People think they know Africa. No, they don't have a clue. That's why we keep seeing what we keep seeing, because they don't have a clue. I've never been married, nor have I been to Africa, but you don't know who you're talking to. Why would you pretend to know someone? Are you a friend? Oh, you talking to Great Lakes. Okay. London lady. African goddess. Like sitting, okay, what's she saying? Like sitting up a big mansion house in inns. Ever see that everywhere? Okay, y'all talking to each other. All right, let me see what else. But yeah, that's COAD. That's and what do y'all think? I think it's good that it's being brought to the light and more people are talking about it now. But I think we need to understand what the government in another country can do and what exactly they can't do and what they have already done. Because Gambia has done a lot of things. They even passed a law against being a passport granny. You can't even go over there and be a passport granny. People are jealous of people who seem to have much more. Yes, they do. And people always think somebody has more than them when there she go. Yeah, I told you, as soon as I get on, she start cooking, cleaning, everything. Yes, yeah, it is foolery. That's exactly what it is, foolery. Foolishness and foolery. And we're supposed to be jealous of that. Yeah, we're supposed to be jealous of that. So that's what they're over there. But Ton was attacking. Okay. Black folks hate the truth. Oh, that's what y'all talking about. Okay. Let me see what else. Lizzie Lee, not a great idea to go out at night alone. No, I holiday there with my no. And see, they tell you that. They tell you, oh, go make sure you go walk on the beach at night. No, not in Gambia. You better not. You don't need to go anywhere at night. You need to, if you're not with somebody, and then even if you're with somebody, you better be careful. You better be careful. You better be careful. Yep, you better be careful. The other thing to talk about is people renting houses in the middle of poor communities and expecting to be safe. Exactly. You building a rental house for the government of the Gambia in the middle of nowhere, and you think you're going to be safe. How do you even think you're going to be safe when you're surrounded by all these people who have been wanting who have nothing, and you flash it in their face? Of course they're going to come in your place. Just like Tupac said. They're going to come in your place. They sure are. And they're going to kick the door in when they come in. Yep, she says, don't beg to be accepted. Just go back to where you come from. But they're not accepting themselves, y'all. Providing food, clothing, and shelter. Okay, let me go down here and get these comments. People are talking about it now, but are really understanding the economics of their new home. I don't think they understand, because the economics of their new home is what's creating all these problems. It's called uneven development, and you're creating it. So you're the source of all these problems. And until they understand that, till we understand that, we're not going to change the way we move or the way we operate. You know, like Mr. Dominic, he was cool with this man. You know, he thought this man was his friend. He's riding around with this man, trusting this man. And this man is planning to set him up because he wants to rob him for $1,000 and make $1,000 off of him so he can go the back way. And $1,000 in the real world in the West is nothing. That is nothing. That is nothing. And no, we don't understand the economics of our new home, because if we did, Super Shorty's grandma wouldn't be spending everything she got every day. She spent everything she got. The whole buying land in Ghana is a terrible fraud. It is, G. It is. And these repats, these expats who sit up and promote that lie, they going to hell. Not only y'all are they gonna go to hell, but they gonna live in hell. Before they go to hell, they gonna live in hell, because you're leading people astray. And God can't stand that. He can't stand when you lead other people astray. I don't trust Alita Israel something. No, it's not right about her. She's not right. Y'all know she ain't right. Now, if we know she ain't right, how come them people sending her money don't know she ain't right? They know it too. They just want to see if they can get something for nothing. And what fool would leave America and live like that? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Will droning bricks help these countries? I'm not sure. Poor Kiki trying to figure out this drama going on in the chat. I was. I sure was. I'm like, what are they talking about? I bet it was good too. Uneven development. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yes, uneven development. And it's bad. It causes all kind of crime, causes prostitution, everything. You're going to see a rise in young mothers, single mothers, young girls young teenagers having children out of wedlock. You're going to see a rise in all of that. Not buying just 14-day vacation, but want to be the best area in the country. Can you use? Yes, you can use credit cards, but sometimes they act funny and they don't want to take them. So you got to really be careful. But you can use them. You know, I was glad to use my credit card and my debit card over there. If your analysis is right, then everyone is okay. All right, so we said that one. Let me go down here and make sure I got all these. I like Kenza, babe. She appears to be so innocent. I hope everything goes well for her. Oh, Lizzie. Lizzie, if Super Shorty's grandma was so innocent, why would she be dating a 20-year-old? Tell me that. Why would she be talking to the 20-year-old that she's dating like he's her servant boy? Why would she be hanging out with 20-year-olds if she was so innocent? She's not innocent. She wants to appear to be innocent. You don't hear the passive aggressiveness in her voice when she's grinding her teeth together? She's very passive aggressive. But that's what these people want, Miss Lizzie. They want to appear that way to you, to people like you. They want to appear like they're innocent. But an innocent, truly innocent woman would not date a man and lay down with a man who's young enough to be her grandson. They wouldn't do that. Well, I don't know what you define well. It depends on how you define well. Now, well, is that owning her house when she's done with it? She's not going to do that. Is she going to live in the house till she takes her last breath? We don't know. She doesn't either, because she doesn't own it. She doesn't know what's going to happen after she builds that house. She has no clue. So Super Shorty's grandma needs to wish herself well. And she needs to make moves to ensure that she's well, like buying her a bed and some furniture and making sure she got some place to live when because she's already elderly. And that's just keeping it real. Elderly people need a place to live. She needs a place to live. And she needs to go get her some check on her body. She needs to get all that checked out. So you can wish all you want that it goes well. But if she doesn't wish herself well, and she's not, she's wishing her grandson well, she's wishing that house well, she's wishing everybody around her well, because that's where she's spending her money. But she's not wishing herself well, because she would be taking care of herself. And like I said, more importantly, as an elder, she would make sure she had a place to stay. I'm sorry, she's not an elder. As an elderly person, she would make sure she had a place to stay. So no, ma'am, she's not wishing herself well. And that's the problem. There lies the problem once again. Having an alternative to the West. Okay, that's y'all talking to each other. G says facts, Kiki. Yeah, I try to speak facts, honey. I doubt it will go well. The people who she surrounds herself with are doing what they need to do to survive, and she is definitely prey. Yeah, honey, she is prey, and they all praying off of her. Thanks, Kiki, for schooling and sharing. Miss Magnolia Peach. Oh, I like that name. I have seriously reevaluated my own repat dreams and accept the truth, safety, and yes. That doesn't mean don't go, though. I just told you I'm planning to go back. I am planning to go back. But I'm going to be safe. I always do that, though. I always make sure I'm safe. I don't run the streets, but I don't run the streets here. I do exactly what I do here, I do there. That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. If I want to go someplace, I go in the daytime. But there ain't too many places I want to go, honey. Yeah, ain't too many places I want to go. Kenza Babe is innocent, right? She ain't innocent. That's a master manipulator, honey. How Kenza Babe going to climb them stairs of that house she has built? She don't care. That's what I'm saying. It ain't for her. That's what I'm saying. She has to wish herself well. Now, why you just said, she said, I got bad knees and a bad back. Why? Why would you build that house with all those stairs and you can't even go up and down them stairs good? That's what I mean. Is that an adult decision? No. Is that a mature decision? No. Is that a wise decision? No. Is that a regrettable decision? Yes. Because guess what? She can easily fall down those stairs. And those stairs in Africa is no joke. Now, let me make sure I showed y'all. Hey, Q, how you doing, lady? What you been up to? I know. I'm glad to see you, lady. I was worried about you. I know people who went to live in Gambia, bought a Taft City house, and are doing well. Been there for 18 years, happily children's school. See? Yes. It depends on how you do it. Right. They bought a Taft City house. So Taft City was, y'all know about here. Those are the houses that he built. You're not going through all that. I want to build blah, blah, blah. I think even them Taft City houses, though, those are only for 21 years. All right, y'all. That's all I got. We went through everything. A Taft. Mr. Taft, he builds homes in Gambia. Let me make sure we went through everything. I think we did. All right, y'all. Y'all know what? Something I was watching, Go Back to Africa. And wait a minute. Wait, silence. I'm trying to see if this is something else. I think we watched these. Okay. I'm just trying to see if any of this is something we need to look at. Because this one says COAD breaks the silence over violence against African diaspora. I think these are all Blackstonn's COAD scams. She was not alone. What? I get. Okay. All right, yeah, I think we looked at them. All right, yeah, we looked at them. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that was all of them. I just want to make sure we went over everything. So next week we're going to talk about go back to Africa. Now, don't forget, I know I got some emails about shows y'all want me to do, and I'm working on them. Okay, but in the meantime, I still got to do shows to keep the shows going. We're going to talk about go back to Africa. Go back to Africa has some really sad news. He is really, really sick, y'all. And that really bothered me because, these people on YouTube, they become like your friends. Like, well, he wasn't never my friend. He ain't my friend, but he's somebody that like he the dude down the street. I don't talk to that dude, but he the dude down the street. But still, you don't want to see the dude down the street going through it. Go back to Africa, y'all, is going through it. He is sick. Very, very sick. And next week, we're going to talk about that. I'm still feeling sorry for Super Shorty's grandma. She's being used. Yeah, but she don't think she's being used. I didn't know she had she got a bad back and knees. How would she ever fall? Honey, I don't know. I wouldn't even go up all them steps. Do you hear me? And those steps in Africa is hard. You fall on one of them, it's all over. But she don't feel sorry for herself. If she don't mind herself being used, then what can we say about it? African Goddess, massive real estate company, Gambia owned, began building in Nigeria, yeah, but then went back to Gambia and builds, yes, he builds various gated communities. That's exactly what they are, gated communities. Yes, and a lot of foreigners live there. They're very nice, actually. I would like one of those houses, but we'll talk about that on another show. But look, we're going to talk about him next week because that was real sad when I heard about him. What's wrong with Alita? I thought she was saved because she can't. No. She just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. All right, y'all. That's all I have for tonight. I will talk to y'all next week, and we're going to talk about Go Back to Africa and what is going on with him. That's sad news about him. I will see y'all next week.